Arabic Grammar, Level 2, Lesson 19. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala khatimil anbiya'i wal mursalin nabiyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa tabi'ina lahum bi ihsan ila yawmiddin. All praises for Allah, the Lord of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon the seal of the prophets and messengers, our Prophet Muhammad, and upon his family and companions, and all those who follow them in righteousness until the day of recompense. In this lesson, we'll be revising Level 2. Level 2 Review. As covered in Level 1, we recall the Arabic language map. The Arabic language is broken into words, phrases, and sentences. Focusing on sentences first. Sentences are of two types, Jumla Fi'aliyya on the right and Jumla Ismiyya on the left. And the grammatical places of nouns in the Jumla Fi'aliyya can be الفاعل, which is in the nominative state, الرفع, also the مفعول به, which is in the accusative state, نصب. And the Jumla Ismiyya on the left is made up of two parts, المبتدأ, which is in the state of رفع, and the predicate, al-khabar, which is also in the state of rafa'. And later in the review, we will return and take another look at the three grammatical states of nouns. We also had a look at phrases. On the left, from Level 1, we spoke about the object of the preposition, majroor, and on the right, the new phrases we took in Level 2 were adjectival phrases, الموصوف والصفة, relative phrases, الاسم الموسول, demonstrative phrases, اسم الإشارة ومشار إليه, and possessive phrases, الإضافة. Firstly, the object of the preposition is made up of two parts, الجر and مجرور. The adjectival phrase is made up of two parts, the موصوف and the صفة. And the relative phrase are made up of three parts, الموصول, اسم الموصول, and صلة. And the demonstrative phrases are made up of two parts, اسم الإشارة and مشار إليه. And the إضافة phrases are made up of two parts, the مضاف and the مضاف إليه. And as mentioned, each phrase occupies one of the grammatical positions, which will be discussed in detail soon under the word categories. Now taking a look at the word breakdown. The words are of three types, ism, the noun, fi'al, the verb, and harf, the particle. And the verb in the center is of three types also, the past tense, al-madi, the present tense, al-mudari', and al-amr, the command verb. And then we notice in the inflection key, in purple, the words that are mu'arab are the words whose endings change depending on their grammatical position, such as the ism and the present tense verb. In red, the words that are mabni do not change, which include the particle, harf, al-fi'al madi, the past tense verb, and the command verb, al-amr. And then we notice in green, there are those words who resemble the mabni, wherein they don't change, however, they remain in the position of the words which change. So now again, taking a look at our phrases, we have a look at the breakdown of the words in the phrases. We see the word fi is mabni because it's a harf, or an article. And the word bait is mu'rab, which means its ending changes, and it is in the state of jar because it is in the position of object of the preposition, or majroor lil harf jar. Taking a look at the sentence breakdown, from the bottom up, we see that it's a Jumla Ismiyya, which is made up of two parts, the mubtada and the khabar. Al-walad is in the position of mubtada, and the prepositional phrase is in the position of the khabar. And the prepositional phrase is made up of the jar and majroor. Now adjectival phrases. For example, al-bintul kabiratu jamilatun. We said al-bint is mu'rab, as its ending changes, and it is in the state of rafa because it is in the position of the subject of the nominal sentence, or al-mubtada, and it is the موصوف of the sifa, al-kabira, which also is mu'rab, and it is in the state of rafa as it follows the موصوف in its grammatical state. Again, taking a look at the word level breakdown, first we see that it's a nominal sentence, al-jumla al-ismiya, made up of two parts, al-mubtada wal-khabar, and the adjectival phrase sits in the place of the mubtada, made up of the موصوف and the sifa, and jamila is in the place of the khabar. And remember, in English, when we translate the sentence, we place the verb is, am or are in between the mubtada and khabar. Al-bintul kabiratu jamilatun. The big girl is beautiful. And now taking a look at relative phrases, al-ism al-mosul. In the sentence, دخل الولد الباب الذي مفتوح. The first part of the phrase is the term al-bab, which is mu'rab, and it is in the state of nasab as it is in the position of the object of the verb, مفعول به, and it is the موصول. Then we have the term الذي, which is mabni, in the place of rafa, as it is the sifa, and it is the relative pronoun, اسم الموصول. The final term, مفتوح, is the sila, and it is in the state of rafa as it is khabar for an omitted mubtada. So taking a look at the sentence breakdown, we see it's a jumla fi'liya, which is made up of the fi'l, dakhala, the fa'il, al-walad, and the maf'ul bihi, which consists of the relative phrase. The relative phrase is broken up into the three parts, موصول, اسم موصول, and sila. The next phrase we looked at are demonstrative phrases, اسم الإشارة and مشار إليه. In the example, هذا المكتب مكسور. The term هذا is mabni. The اسم الإشارة is in the state of rafa because it is in the position of mubtada, and the term al-maktab is mu'rab, and it is in the state of rafa as it is the musharun ilayh, and follows the ism al-ishara in i'rab. Taking a look at the sentence breakdown, we see it's a jumla ismiya, which is broken up into two parts, the mubtada and khabar, and the mubtada consists of the demonstrative phrase, which is made up of the ism al-ishara and musharun ilayh. Next we had a look at possessive phrases, al-idafa, as in the example, baytuki jamila, tabarakallah. The term bayt is mu'rab, in the state of rafa because it is in the position of mubtada, and it is the mudaf, and the kaf is mabni, as it is a pronoun, but it is in the state of jar because it is the mudaf ilayh. Taking a look at the sentence breakdown, we see it's a nominal sentence, jumla ismiya, consisting of a mubtada and khabar. The mubtada consists of the possessive phrase, al-idafa, which is made up of the mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Now we'll revise the verbs. The verbs are made up of three different tenses, al-madi, the past tense, al-mudari', the present tense, and the command form, al-amr. And as mentioned, the present tense verb is declinable, which means it changes according to governors. There are three different states for the present tense verb: rafa, without governors; nasab, with nasab governors, to be discussed later; and jazm, as with the prohibition verb discussed in level 2. As mentioned, we covered past tense verbs in level 1, along with the attached subject pronouns, and in level 2 we focused on the present tense verb for the affirmative, yadrusu, he studies, and the negative, la yadrusu, he doesn't study, along with the attached subject pronouns of first, second, and third person as follows. Al-mukhatab, the second person pronouns are as follows. For the mudari' within the state of rafa, taftahu, taftahani, taftahuna, taftahina, taftahani, and taftahna. And in jazm, as we took in the prohibition verb, la yaftah, la yaftaha, لا يفتحوا، لا تفتحي، لا تفتحا، لا تفتحنا. And the amr, the command verb, which has the same endings as the state of jazm. افتح، افتحا، افتحوا، افتحي، افتحا، افتحنا. الغائب, the third person pronouns, the مضارع in the state of rafa with no governors. يفتح، يفتحان، يفتحون، تفتح، تفتحان، يفتحن. And there are no attached pronouns for the prohibition verb and the command verb, as they are only used when speaking to someone who is present. And the first person, المتكلم, أذهب and نذهب. Verb-subject correspondence was also mentioned where the verb is used in the feminine form if the subject was feminine, and pronouns are not used where the subject is mentioned after the verb. We looked at the majroor attached pronouns. For the first person, المتكلم, one male or female, كتابي, and two or more male or female, كتابنا. المخاطب, the second person, كتابك, كتابكما, كتابكم, كتابك, كتابكما, كتابكن. And the third person, الغائب, كتابه, كتابهما, كتابهم, كتابها, كتابهما, and كتابهن. And we noted that when the ya of first person singular is added to any word, the previous letter gets a kasra and its vowel is assumed. And secondly, that the ha with a dhamma in the third person pronouns changes to a kasra if the letter before it has a kasra. Some other noun categories which were discussed were femininity. We discussed feminine colours, such as the example زرقاء, feminine plurals, such as muslimat, and plural objects are treated as singular females. We also spoke about plurality. We spoke about the muthanna, muslimani or muslimatani in the state of rafa, and in the state of nasab and jar we said muslimaini and muslimataini. We looked at Jama' Mudhakkar Salam, the sound masculine plural in the state of rafa, muslimuna, and in the state of nasab and jar, muslimina and muslimina. And the sound feminine plural, al-jam'u al-mu'annath salam, muslimatun, in the state of rafa, and in the state of nasab and jar, muslimatin, muslimatin. And we remember al-asmaء الخمسة, the five nouns, ab, akh, ham, fam, and dhu. When they are mudaf to another noun, except the ya first person singular pronoun, their grammatical position is reflected with an additional letter. In the state of rafa with a waw, Abu Zayd. In the state of nasab with an alif, Aba Zayd. And in the state of jar with a ya, Abi Zayd. So here, taking a close look at the three grammatical positions. We have one, rafa, and the grammatical positions were mubtada, wa khabar, wal fa'il. Number two, nasab, we have maf'ul bihi. And number three, jar, we have majroor. And we added in level 2, the mudaf ilayh. We spoke about normal nouns, which are reflected in the state of rafa with dhamma or dhammatan, nasab, fatha or fathatan, and jar, kasra or kasratan. We spoke about the category of ism maqsoor and the ya' mutakallam, whose grammatical state is assumed, as in the case of mursal, where the word remains the same in the three grammatical states. We spoke about the category of mamnu' min as-sarf, which is reflected in rafa' with a dhamma and in the state of nasab and jar with a fatha. The five nouns which are reflected with the letters waw in the state of rafa', alif in the state of nasab, and ya in the state of jar. The muthanna, which is reflected with an alif in the state of rafa' and ya in the state of nasab and jar. And the jama' mudhakkar salim, with a waw in the state of rafa' and a ya in the state of nasab and jar. and Jam'a al-Mu'annath Salim is reflected with the Dhamma or Dhammatan in the state of Rafa, and in the state of Nasb and Jar with Kasra or Kasratan. This completes our Level 2 review, and now you may test your knowledge with the following test questions. True or false? 1. There are 3 states for the past tense verb. 2. Mu'rab words receive changes to their ending depending on the grammatical position in a sentence. 3. The command verb endings are the same as the nasab verb endings. 4. The sifa is one of the places of jar. 5. The 5 nouns must be mudaf for the extra letter to be added. Write your answers, Part A. 1. What are the 3 types of words? 2. What is jumla fi'aliyya? 3. What are the 2 positions of the jumla ismiyya? 4. What are the 2 positions which are in the state of jar? 5. What are the 3 grammatical states of verbs? 6. Which pronouns are used with the prohibition and command verb forms? Part B. 7. What are the 2 parts of the adjectival phrase? 8. What is the موصول? 9. What are the 2 parts of the demonstrative phrases? 10. What is the mudaf ilayh? 11. What does the state of jazm and the command verb have in common? 12. What is the sign of nasab for the plural feminine form? الجمع المؤنث سالم. Part C. 13. What are the 2 parts of the adjectival phrase? 14. What is the موصول? 15. What are the 2 parts of the demonstrative phrases? 16. What is the mudaf ilayh? 17. What particle is used in the negative present tense verb? 18. When are pronouns not attached to the verb? Part D. 19. Nouns receive no change when which pronoun is added? 20. What is treated as singular feminine in the plural form? 21. What is the sign of nasab for the 5 nouns, الأسماء الخمسة? 22. What is the sign of jar for the dual form? 23. The fa'il, subject to the verbal sentence, is in which state? Alhamdulillah, in this lesson we reviewed the rules covered in Level 2. We hope to start the next level soon, inshallah. May Allah make your journey to learning Arabic easy and give you meaning and pleasure in your prayer. Ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. How perfect you are, O Allah, and I praise you. I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped but you. I seek your forgiveness and turn to you in repentance.